Another day, another NFL insider just trying to find ways to hate on the Seahawks. Let's give it a rebuttal. George Holani edition. What's going on, everybody? Christian Pedersen back with another episode of Seahawks Digest, the show, giving you daily content even in the depths of the offseason when all we're doing is fighting off the haters, man. Freaking every day, another story coming out where it's like, oh, the Rams are the best. Oh, this, that, the other. And now we got one where the NFL is talking, or the NFL Network is talking about buying or selling breakouts for the biggest NFL mini camp standouts, and this whole list of different people where it's like, oh, this guy's going to be sneaky good. This guy's overhyped. And wouldn't you know it, the George Holani's name comes up in the mix. Going to talk about that. Before we'll do a drum roll, please. Do you think it's a buy or do you think they sell buy or sell? Before that, I got to tell you, like, subscribe, comment, share, all those other buttons I'm supposed to tell you. Though, it's a YouTube show. We do the song and dance every episode. All right, getting that out of the way with the longest drum roll in the world. They say sell on Holani. And I'm just like, brah, what is going on with the concept of just finding ways to take the defending champs and bag on them? How I get with Walker and Sharps gone, or gone at least in the beginning of this season, because Sharps is coming back at some point sooner rather than later, that leaves like questions about what the run game is going to be, and that there's a new OC. And like, I do understand all the mitigating factors that go into some of the math that these people do, but it feels like they're scratching for something that they're just not getting. So this is a long quote talking about how he's one of the most talked about players during mini camp. And then you get to me down to that. So you can pause and read. And sorry for those of you watching on small phones if this is too much text. They talk in that second part there about Holani, however, matched Price, referring to Jarian Price, his athleticism and intensity in team drills and reps. The team has been waiting for Holani to get a chance to prove he is more than a third-string backup from last season. He is capable of being one of the league's biggest surprises overall this upcoming NFL season. That's where, though, then this guy somehow winds up with saying that Price he's matching a first-round draft pick's athleticism. He's a guy who's been in the franchise for a couple of years. I don't see where that's saying that he's gonna rush for 2,000 yards or be some big backbreaker, game changer, all that. But I hear nothing but guy knows the system, guy's poised and ready and hungry for an opportunity, and has all the measurables that you could possibly want in an NFL running back. So how then do you wind up with that verdict being sell? I get that over his first two seasons, 25 carries, 83 yards is not necessarily like the most fantastic resume. But then they come in with it. If the Seahawks were confident with Holani and free agent Emmanuel Wilson to hold down the fort, they wouldn't have used a first-round pick to draft a running back. As far as my understanding of football goes, that's a random non sequitur. Like, you're hedging your bets if you're John Schneider and the Seahawks. We're talking about a team that lost Kenneth Walker III, had Sharps tear his ACL, which, as much as Sharps is coming back soon and looking healthy and giving all the right things, you can never fully trust. Like, football is, I think it's a no-brainer to say to all of you guys watching this, if you're football people watching a YouTube show about the Seahawks, football's brutal on the body. And running backs are perhaps the most disposably brutalized position in all of sports, maybe other than like a boxer, and especially in the NFL. Derrick Henry is the only one that I can think of who keeps just running through walls and somehow getting stronger. But time catches everybody. And when you have an ACL injury for your guy, even if Sharps comes back healthy for a season or two or three or four, it's like it gets to a point where you're like, They saw a chance with Ja'Jarian Price to have a running back that didn't have a lot of mileage on him in college, because we was in a situation where he was good, but the other guy was also good, and the offense was great. So the deliverables were there for Price. He just was too good to pass up as somebody who can potentially grow into RB1. I just don't see, though, where that translates into them saying, well, these other guys just aren't good enough to do it on their own. Holani very much, I believe, can, should, and will be good enough this season to translate into running back. I won't guarantee that he's RB1, but call him RB1A/1B with the rest of this group this year. I think that it's a fantastic situation to be in when you have the combination of a veteran will be back in a few weeks. So it's not like we need Holani to step up and take 250 carries this season and just grind it out, or else we don't have an offense. We have a couple of different options. The same way, if you look at the rest of this offense, there's not people saying, oh, well, Rashid Shaheed's not going to be a good receiver because JSN is there. And, well, they wouldn't, or the flip side of, oh, like this is them doubting JSN because they added Shaheed. No, it's depth. It's options. It's opportunity. It's chances to be used by a new offensive coordinator coming in to look at all the pieces and say, okay, this guy fits here, that guy fits here. I like this scheme for this. We've even seen some stuff coming out this offseason where they're like, hey, wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Milroe gets in on some RPOs. It's an unknown as to what the new offense is going to entirely look like, assuming it'll be fairly similar to what we saw last season, but with some of its own little Brian Fleury personality sprinkled in there. So to then come in and say, oh, he's only run 25 times for 83 yards, so sell on him, is just such reductionist BS. I think that Holani is ready to have himself a couple of 100 yards, a couple of good receptions, just be a threat. That's where I'm at. Let me know what you think. Is he RB1, 1A, 1B? Is he RB2? Are you do you agree with the NFL guys and say, oh no, you're right? I've seen plenty of you guys saying, Christian, you're wrong. Stop discounting Emmanuel Wilson. So let me know what you think. Drop a comment, like, share, subscribe, all those other buttons. Till next time, we'll talk to you guys soon.